وَلَا إِلَاهَ غَيْرُهُ وَلَا إِلَاهَ غَيْرُهُ. And none besides him has the right to be worshipped. And none besides him, meaning none besides Allah, has the right to be worshipped. Shaykh al-Fawzan, Hafidhahullah, said, this is Tawheed al-Uluhiyyah. And this phrase here is a summary of Tawheed al-Uluhiyyah. None besides him has the right to be worshipped. This is Tawheed Tawheed al-Uluhiyyah, Tawheed of worship. The phrase La ilaha means La ma'buda bihaqqin ghayru. The phrase La ilaha, as occurs in the Shahada, La ilaha, it means none has the right to be worshipped in truth besides him. Then he says, as for if you were to say La ma'buda illahu, if someone came along and made the statement, or came along and said this is what the Shahada means, and said it means nothing is worshipped except him. Nothing is worshipped except him. Or as you often find it quoted in English, there is no God except Allah. The Shaykh said, so if someone were to say this phrase, La ma'buda illahu, nothing is worshipped except him, nothing is worshipped except Allah, then this is batil. This is false and futile to say this. Shaykh makes a very important point here, which many people misunderstand or don't understand at all and get very wrong. Having just explained what the Shahada means, which is that there is nothing deserving of worship besides Allah, he said, but if you were to say that it means nothing is worshipped except Allah, then that is false and futile to say that. And then he explains why. He says, because there are many things which are worshipped besides Allah, the Mighty and Majestic. I mean, that's a false statement. Because there are many things which are actually worshipped besides Allah. So if you come along and say, La ma'buda illallah, there is nothing that is worshipped besides Allah, then you have made every object which is worshipped to be Allah. And the Shaykh is making the point here that in this creation, unfortunately, there are many things which are worshipped besides Allah. The people of Shirk, they worship many things. So if you come along now and say nothing's worshipped except Allah, then all those things that have worshipped besides Allah, then you've made them Allah. So that phrase is false and futile, batil. He said, and this is the position of the people of Wahdatul Wujud, in the extreme Sufis. This is the position of the people of Wahdatul Wujud, unity of existence. I mean, those people who say that the Creator and the creation are one and the same thing. Everything which exists is Allah. That's their saying. Everything which is worshipped, nothing is worshipped except Allah. Only Allah is worshipped. Then the Shaykh said, so the person who says this, a person who comes along and says nothing's worshipped except Allah, or a person who says there's no God except Allah, meaning that there's nothing that's worshipped except Allah. He said the person who says this, if he actually believes that, then he is from the people of Wahdat al-Wujud. He is from the people of unity of existence. Those who hold that the Creator and the creation are one and the same thing. As for if he doesn't actually believe that, but he only says it blindly following other people, or he just heard it from someone, then this is an error. He's made an error to say that. And it must be corrected. So Shaykh is making a very important point, which people very often get wrong. Many people get this wrong. But when they're asked to explain what is the Shahada, La ilaha illallah, they say it means there's no God except Allah. Meaning that nothing's worshipped except Allah. That is wrong. As the Shaykh began, the correct understanding of the Shahada is that nothing has the right to be worshipped except Allah. Or nothing is worshipped in truth except Allah. Then the Shaykh said, and some people say this for an opening supplication in the prayer. So one of them says, وَلَا مَعْبُودَ غَيْرُكَ. Some people say, some ignorant people say when they begin their prayer, as a beginning supplication, nothing is worshipped besides you. And this is false and futile. So then again the Shaykh says, whereas the reality is that Allah is truly and rightfully worshipped, whereas everything else besides Him is worshipped falsely and without right. He's making the distinction, the very important distinction, the crucial and basic distinction, that there are other things which are worshipped besides Allah, and that's a reality. But they do not have the right to be worshipped. They are not worshipped in truth. They are worshipped falsely, and they don't have that right. And the only one who has the right to be worshipped and is worshipped in truth is Allah. That is the correct understanding of the Shahada. Then the Shaykh said, as evidence for this, He the Most High said, ذَلِكَ بِأَنَّ اللَّهَ هُوَ الْحَقِّ وَأَنَّ مَا يَدْعُونَ مِن دُونِهِ هُوَ الْبَاطِلُ وَأَنَّ اللَّهَ هُوَ الْعَلِيُّ الْكَبِيرُ. Surah Al-Hajj, Ayah 62, with the explanation, that is because Allah, He is the one who is worshipped in truth. He is the haqq. That is because Allah, He is the one who is worshipped in truth. And whatever they call upon besides Him, huwa al-batil, is false and futile. And that Allah is the Most High, the Most Great. So it's a very important point that should not be forgotten. And it should be clarified to those people who misunderstand or don't understand this point. And that's where Shaykh al-Fawzan ends this particular point